Now, at this point, you might be thinking, how is this person going to convince me that clickbait is actually a good thing? Well, buckle up. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to present to you Exhibit A, the person watching this video right now. Today, I'm here to share with you my thoughts on this highly frowned upon practice, using clickbait in your titles and your thumbnails. Let me ask you this. Have you ever made a video and thought to yourself, crap, what am I going to title this video? What's the thumbnail gonna be? I certainly have, and in some cases, I still do. Sometimes I repurpose live stream clips, and in the moment, I'm never thinking about what the title and the thumbnail might be if this clip happens to live on its own on YouTube someday. Or sometimes I publish a new video, and the title and the thumbnail I chose just aren't cutting it, so I think to myself, maybe I can change these. And sometimes I just love an idea so much that I start outlining a video before I've even considered what the title or the thumbnail might be. You know what? That's future Dan's problem. I think you see my point, right? The best thing you can do for your content is planning your title and your thumbnail before you ever hit record. And for this video, that's exactly what I did. I knew what the title of this video was going to be, and I had at least some idea of what the thumbnail for this video might look like. And this brings us to the topic of clickbait, and I want to show you some examples, but first, let's talk about this video, the one you're watching right now. Did I clickbait you into watching this video? Well, you already might have really strong opinions about that one way or the other, but let me give you my take on what clickbait actually is. If this video about clickbait being a good thing was instead focused on the pros and cons of puppies versus kittens, then yeah, I think it's fair to say that I clickbaited you into watching my thoughts on puppies versus kittens. The answer's kittens, by the way, obviously. But in this video, we are talking about clickbait being a good thing. So because I'm delivering on that promise of the title and the thumbnail, no, in my opinion, this video is not clickbait. Unless, what if I told you that I don't, in reality, actually believe the statement, clickbait is a good thing? Now is this video clickbait? Feel free to argue about that in the comments below. What I will say though is that just because a video's title and thumbnail come off as a bit provocative, that doesn't necessarily mean they're clickbait. What I'm setting out to do in this video is encourage creators like yourselves to push this envelope just a little bit more if you're not already. After all, the whole point of titles and thumbnails is to get your videos seen in the first place, right? So take a minute to think about the types of videos that YouTube offers you on the home feed or in search every single day. What aspects of those videos actually win your click at the end of the day? Really look at your home feed and think about this. Logan Paul has a number of examples here, and let's take a look at some of the videos about Pokemon cards he's recently done. I spent $150,000 on this Pokemon card. I spent $2 million on Pokemon cards. And more recently, I lost $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards. In each one of these examples, you're looking at a video that has a dead simple title, a dead simple thumbnail, but the thing that really wins the click is the sheer amount of money, that shock value that's being spent on these cards. Now, obviously, most people out there don't have millions of dollars laying around to spend on Pokemon cards, but that's kind of the point. That's why these videos are so clickable. So when you're thinking about how you could apply this strategy to your own channel, you need to be considering what makes you unique, what makes the thing you're doing unique. Now, while I think these videos prove my point, and I could be done here, I'm going to show you another example, one that doesn't involve millions and millions of dollars. Now, this is Farzy. He has a Minecraft channel that has 358,000 subscribers, but 318,000 of those subscribers came just in the last year. Obviously, you would think this is really challenging to do given that Minecraft is so saturated, as they say. But as you can see, Farzy is applying a lot of the same strategies that we're talking about here, and very effectively. I made a giant greenhouse and bee farm. On the right side of the thumbnail, we can see the greenhouse, and it looks incredible. And on the left side of the thumbnail, he's showing the results of having this greenhouse. For those who don't understand Minecraft, he's producing a lot of honey. Every Minecraft mob's weakness. This video is sitting at 2.8 million views and is currently getting 1,000 views every hour. The thumbnail is a visualization of the title. It shows just a few different Minecraft mobs and it says mob weaknesses. Farzy's been trying out different strategies here for a very long time now, and he's found the perfect formula, the videos that resonate with his audience, and also videos like mob weaknesses that bring in tons and tons of new viewers too. So in showing you these examples, don't forget that this is going to take some practice, some time, and some effort on your part. For this last example, we're going to take a look at Mr. Beast's channel, because we can't talk about titles and thumbnails without talking about Mr. Beast. First, to rob a bank wins $100,000. Let's try something with this thumbnail a little bit different. I've gone ahead and stolen Mr. Beast's thumbnail and applied it to one of our vidIQ videos that hasn't been released yet. Using our thumbnail preview tool, I've typed in the search term rob a bank, and I'm going to hit preview and search results. Now, ignoring the title and just looking at the thumbnail, you can see it amongst all the other thumbnails that would rank for the search term rob a bank. I'm going to set it to home screen, and now I'm presented with 6 totally different videos as if I was looking at the YouTube home feed. As I suspected, Mr. Beast's thumbnail is really standing out here. But why is that? why is his thumbnail so much more clickable than any of the other thumbnails on the screen right now? For one thing, it helps that the title of the video isn't even needed, and you can already tell what it's about if you look carefully. A person is hanging from a rope. They look like they're in a bank vault, and they are grabbing a whole chunk of money off of a table full of money. There are only a few dominant colors here in this thumbnail, such as green, yellow, and orange. The thing that gets you to stop scrolling is that giant green pile of money. And of course, everyone wants to learn more when they see a pile of money. But the cool thing about this thumbnail is that your eye travels from the money to the other parts of the thumbnail that tell a story. This person is broken into a bank vault, and you can tell because of the vault door and the red light in the corner. They're taking something that's clearly not theirs. And if you've spent that amount of time just looking at the thumbnail and getting the story in your brain, you're probably going to look at the title for that last bit of convincing that you need to click on the video, which is the first to rob a bank wins $100,000. We know it's about robbing a bank, but what we didn't know until we read the title was that someone's going to win $100,000. This means you're gearing up to watch a fun competition with some real stakes involved. And for me, an 8-minute video is just not that big of a commitment to see what this is all about. The last point I want to make about this video is that while you're watching, you realize that this is not a real bank, that is not a real bank vault. That's clearly a set that was built for the purposes of this video. And now one could argue that this video is clickbait because people aren't robbing a real bank. And that, my friends, is the part where I would argue it doesn't even matter. The title didn't say first person to rob a real bank wins $100,000. That's a bank vault because Mr. Beast says it's a bank vault. His friends are robbing it because he says they're robbing it. He's certainly not opening the door and giving them the money. And these are the thoughts that you should be running through your own head when you're publishing your own video with a new title and a thumbnail, and you're just a little bit worried. Am I clickbaiting people? Basically, whenever I upload a new video, I have a dummy check. Is the video that I made delivering on the thumbnail's title and promise or perceived value? The last thing I'm trying to do is encourage anybody to deceive their audience. What I'm actually saying is that when possible, your titles and your thumbnails should have some kind of emotional pull. And when that's not possible, another thumbnail tip I have for you is see if you can make your thumbnail visualize the actual title of your video. As you build trust with your viewers, they'll ultimately be the ones who decide whether your video is clickbait or not. We recently applied all of these strategies to one of our latest videos, and you should probably click on this because in it, we discuss the possibility that YouTube is dying.